Hey, fantastic. How exciting is it? Well, it's Sunday, Resurrection Sunday, and Jesus Christ was raised from the dead. Well, in 1 Corinthians 15 it says, but the fact is that Christ the Messiah has been raised from the dead, and he became the first fruits of those who have fallen asleep in death. It's a fact. It's proven through history, documentation, by eyeballs. People have eyeballed Jesus Christ after the resurrection. They saw him crucified on the Friday. On the Sunday, he's resurrected. He comes back with overcoming death. Anybody who believes in Jesus Christ shall not perish, but have everlasting life, restored and fellowship with the Father. How amazing is that? Now, you could be miserable and pitied. Because you see, it says here, if we who are abiding in Christ, this is verse 19, have only hope in this life that is all, then we are of all people most miserable and to be pitied. If you think Jesus died for this life, well, you'll be miserable and people will pity you. Because Jesus came to give us life and life abundantly, here and now and forevermore. This is basically where it begins, in his resurrection. And he is the way, the truth, and the life. Now, the crazy thing is, I want to ask you a question. Are you surviving? Or are you living? Because you see, there's a difference. Because I really believe that living is not what it used to be. I think survival is the new living. Since how long back? 2-3 years ago? Maybe longer? The world changed and people just kind of, you know what? I need to survive. How's it for you? I've just got to have a salary, food on my table, a few friends. I just got to make it through today. I just got to make it to the weekend. Do you know that's what surviving is? So to survive is basically if there are a bunch of guys that get stranded or refugees, they survived. They really did. But now they rely on everything and circumstances to live. And survive basically means just to exist, just to breathe, to remain alive in existence. And when I'm spending time with people, you know, that's what I'm actually experiencing. I'm experiencing people that just continue to exist or live after the fact. So it's become the new living. But Jesus didn't die for that. You see, living has an absolutely total different meaning. And look at it. It's got two key words, active and functioning. Exhibiting the life or the motion. Full of life, full of vigor. True to life. Now, if we go look at just surviving, I'm going to give you words that explain it. Are you ready? It is outlast, outlive, wear out, pull through, abide, continue, endure, hang on, hold out, hold up. You'll get there. Don't you worry. Now, living. How do I know, Sean, if I'm living? Or how do I know if I'm just surviving? Well, those are the two key words. The two key words of active and functioning. And the synonyms of that is alive, functional, functioning, going, live on, effective, effectual, employable, operable, usable, viable, productive, producing, performing. How cool is that? It is dynamic. So let's go look at those two key words. Active means plain and simple, characterized by action, rather than contemplation and speculation. Hold on, I'm just waiting for the Lord to connect with me. Just want to work a few things out. That is not active. That is not action. It's producing or involving action or movement. That's what active is. So then the other one, well, are you ready? Take a deep breath. The other word, which is going to blow you away, hopefully, as it did with me, is this. It is professional or official position, the action for which a person or a thing is specifically fitted or used, or for which a thing exists. Purpose. What do you exist for? We exist to bring glory and honor to God. For the universe, we proof of concept. You know that. Human beings, you and I, are to prove that God exists. And we are living if we're taking our purpose and we're putting it into action. I will see, you will see, by our lives and the activity that we are doing, whether we are just thinking about it or we actually doing something about it. The funny thing is watch the synonyms of that. Operate, run, administer, carry on, control, direct, guide, handle, manage, oversee, regulate, supervise. That is what purpose is. To have a certain function. Now you do. But you also have that certain thing that belongs to you. And the way that we talk about it is, if I have a boat that I spend $1 billion to make it, and I put it in the desert, if it never floats on water, was it ever a boat? It just existed. That's it. It just survived the making process, the production. But for what it was made for, never comes to pass. And that was to be put in the water, to face the elements. So I want to encourage you. Jesus died and was resurrected to bring us life and life abundantly. Not to survive, to thrive, to be fully functional, in action with our purpose. And you have that special gift, that special moment, that thing that everybody else just thinks you do it so easily, and you go, come on, you don't really know how hard it is. Really? Do I? Seriously? Do you think that's a thing? It's a thing. You were made. Jesus died for. Now it's easy. You go, today Jesus died for me? Come on. Yeah. 2,000 years ago, knowing that if he did, you and I would have this conversation, and hopefully I'm going to excite you and ignite you to start putting your purpose into action and become the hero of your story. And it's just as alive as it was then as it is today. Open the doors. And here we go. In Christ, you have a purpose and a destiny. Number one, manifest his glory. And number two, just the way that he loves how you did. Where he looks at you and goes, that's my guy. That's my gal. That's my child. Because you see, he's the primary father, primary parent, and he loves it when you come alive. Because that's what Jesus died for. So, happy Easter. I hope you living the dream. Till next time. Love you lots.